Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to 5 Minutes of Authenticity with Pritha. As you know, we are discussing elements and aspects and facets of imposter syndrome, and we have started to look at some tools and some reframing some assumptions and mindsets. Today, we will focus specifically on tools that help combat imposter syndrome. The one thing you have to know is that imposter syndrome isn't a permanent condition that one has to live with. It is not. Like I mentioned at the very outset, it is not a mental illness or wellness condition. It is a thought or a mindset or a pattern of behavior that often surfaces because of some issues or some assumptions or some mindsets we have had or experiences we've had. So once we have identified those and we really want to get rid of this, we can do it. So let us look at some very practical ways to combat imposter syndrome in a mindful, intentional manner. Okay. Now, these are very simple tools, and feel free to pause this audio at any time to take notes, and feel free to reach out to me if you have further questions. Now, the purpose of this tool is not about silencing your self-doubt. It is not that these tools will just turn you into a new person. No. Like any other aspect of life coaching that I work on, or any other aspect of self-reflection in our day-to-day life and living that takes us from a lower to a higher self, these tools enable us to recognize and redirect certain behaviors. They are self-paced. They are tools of intention and purpose. Okay. Now, the tools typically are of three kinds. You have some self-awareness tools, you have some self-compassion tools, and then you have some action-oriented tools. Now, the reason I talk about these three is because you may be receptive to one more than the other. When I was in grad school, we were learning about learning styles. Some people like to learn, if you were to demonstrate visually, like a step stool. Some people like to learn straight from a fire hose. So there are different kinds of tools. Now, self-awareness tools is something I feel they are at the base of everything else. Just to acknowledge and understand that, okay, I am having this thought where I am second guessing. I'm having this thought where I am questioning and I'm showing self-doubt right down the moment. When I went through an episode in my life where I was diagnosed with a mild case of PTSD and clinical depression because of certain accidents, this is something that my therapist asked me to do, just to write down, just thought journaling. And that was a long time ago. I've gone through that and it come out stronger on the other side. But what it does, it really helps you identify patterns. So that is an awareness tool. Use a journal. Keep a journal by your bedside, or keep a journal by you and say, the moment you have the thought, write it down. Self-compassion tools, that is a big one, especially those of us who go through imposter syndrome find it very hard to be compassionate to ourselves because of the reasons I'd mentioned in earlier episodes, perfectionism or negative self-talk. Now, reframe your negative self-talk from, I don't deserve this, to saying, I have worked hard and my value isn't determined by my perfection, but rather by my tenacity, my ability to deliver. Okay? So reframing that. And then positive affirmations. Every single day, say something truly and meaningfully positive to yourself. And then finally, the action-oriented tool is the stretch zone. Put yourself out of a comfort zone where you are not perfect, where you don't know what you're doing. My daughter has decided to go to a theater camp and stay away from home. I am so proud of her for doing something that she has never done. And then finally, seek feedback. Ask people you trust and ask them for help and for suggestions and see where you get. Thank you.